my 5-year-old manual die cutting machine. Recently, I planned on selling it, but then I realized ang dami ko nang nagawa dito sa machine na to. It's always been very helpful to me, even if meron ng Cricut Joy. I still go back to my manual die cutting machine. But anyway, on this part of the video, I am creating the flap of the card holder for the wedding invitation that I was requested to make. The theme is burgundy. So I looked for burgundy cardstock and all that. And there I'm using my old die cut from Sizzix as well. Ayan. So you have to make a sandwich, yung para siyang underneath would be the cutting plate, and then the cardstock. On top of it would be the die, as we call it, and then covered by another plate. Tapos yon. So ganyan gumawa ng die cut. Parang ganyan mag-cut using a manual die cutting machine. So in this part, I am removing the portions that aren't necessary. Yung mga kinat, ayan. To easily remove it, I'm using the brush na yun, madali siyang ma-absorb nung foam, ganon. And then, ayan. Also, if you notice, I used blue tape, painter's tape, kasi low-tack siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya masyadong madikit sa papel, hindi siya masisira, but it's good enough to hold the die and the cardstock together. And there, I'm trying to poke some holes para madali kong matanggal yung cardstock from the die. Ayan, carefully removing it to make sure hindi siya mapupunit. There, and then once flipped, you could see some parts are still there. So I'm going to get my brush once more, ayan, to clean it off. And by the way, I searched for cardstock and doon ako nakabili sa Shopee. Ang size is long, which is good enough. It could create one card. And the GSM is 290, so that means makapal siya. This part is cutting. I'm using my Tim Holtz guillotine as well. This is the main card. So it was designed using Canva. And then for this part, I'm creating the belly band. This time I used my Cricut Joy because I wanted to add a personal touch doon sa card. So using the bride and groom's initials, ginawa ko siya sa Canva, and then yun, nilagay ko siya sa Cricut so I could cut some gold cardstock. Yan, and then notice that there's a backing na scalloped. I used the manual die cutting machine for that. And instead of just gluing it flat, I used foam tapes to just add a little bit more dimension to it. Parang medyo nakaangat siya, ganun. And for the pocket inside, for the other inserts, I couldn't seem to find a good die in my collection that would match. So I decided to make my own pocket. Ayan, I used Procreate. I tried to draw. Of course, prior to this, I measured the card, and then yun, gagawa lang ng image, and then I put it in Cricut. And then, ayan, ikakat siya nung Cricut Joy machine. Kasi wala lang, para sakto. Instead na gugupitin isa-isa, at least eksakto. So here it is. And here are some snaps of my finished works. Towards the end, I ran out of the burgundy cardstock, so I decided to use my 123 punch board to create envelopes with the materials that I have left. So, ayan, I have the translucent and the gold papers. That's what I use to create some envelopes for the inserts. And of course, the glitter papers, yon. So, there. Um, Thank you again, Carlo and Mabel. Best wishes to you.